Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Let's go ahead and find out what is currently making you badass.
If everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie.
Group 1. You have picked the red carnelian to tap us into the energy to find out what is it that is currently making you badass. Red carnelian, let's see if I can receive anything from your crystal. Tapping into red carnelian. What makes you badass? First things first, I'm picking up on hair. I'm also picking up on personal choices, tattoos, piercings, body modifications of any sort. Leather, you could wear a lot of leather. Leather, I feel like I said that weird. Something here about vibrations, radiations, tingles. I'm seeing Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, that famous image of Mary. Let's place this here for now and find out what's currently making you badass. Your crystal is reminding me of a cherry, an apple. It's reminding me of temptation. It's reminding me of delicacy, or the pick of the litter, the best of the best, what's currently making you badass. There's a perfectionistic energy around this group here, but not so much as you being a perfectionist, but people actually receiving the things that you do or perceiving the things that you do as perfect themselves. This is what's currently making you badass. It's like perfect execution. Those of you that I was referring to your hair, perfect execution. Those of you that I was referring to body modifications, perfect execution. Those of you that create art, perfect execution. And perfect is just like beauty within the eye of the beholder. It's currently making group number 1 badass. We've got Jupiter. Forward thinking. Ahead of your time. Future focused, future based, futuristic. But it's interesting because you have a classic vibe or taste about you. Classic is in like the nice clean cut hair in whatever way that resonates for you, with the badass accessories, the leather, but with a high vibrational twist. This group here, you are currently coming across as badass because you feel like someone safe, which is why I was picking up on a lot of root chakra energy. Again, you do have the red carnelian that is root chakra centered, which is all about feeling safe, secure. That's the home base, the foundation of all that is, all that you are, all that you will be, all that you see, all that you think. Your existence comes from a deep place. And this gives you this vibration, this air, this frequency of safety. You feel like home, or you feel home-like. But the twist is that not only do they trust you because you feel home-like, but there's an edge, a danger, or a rage that is divinely placed, equally yoked to all that makes you feel like this safe space. So just as safe and as home-like as you feel is just as strong and capable you also feel. Meaning, people feel like if some sort of disaster was to strike right here, right now, group number one would be on it. They would figure out something. That Jupiter, abundant, expansive mind will find a way. You remain grounded in situations, or at least this is how people believe you to be, grounded in pretty chaotic situations. Like a tree with a strong root system in the middle of a storm. There's a lot of energy in you. Almost like a volcano, but you feel so controlled. You're like a volcano that people feel like they can trust, like a tourist attraction that people can visit, because this volcano gives warning before eruption, or gives signs before eruption. There's a preparedness, yeah, that comes along with you. So what makes you badass is the way that you can talk your way through something, or you provide a build-up, you give backstory. Going back to that root system, the root system, it's like everything, again, stems from it, the root. Think of the rings of a tree. That's how you tell its age. You couldn't see the rings of a tree without the roots. There's something about reasoning, the why behind everything. You're not unreasonable. That's what it is. They trust you. You feel safe because you're reasonable with your actions, with your feelings. I'm definitely picking up on activist groups with group number one. But not just members of the group that phase out in the background. No. More like the founding individuals. You're on that board of trustees. Ah, trust. There it is again. What makes you badass is that people feel as though you are trustworthy to handle particular things that have value with care. This group here, you're really being called to focus on that. It's going to heal something within you. The fact that you can be trusted. And how deep that trust actually runs. I almost said truck, so something about a truck could be relevant. What makes group number 1, my root system, badass? Like, you can know all the details. That's what it is. Like, people trust you with their dirty little secrets. I love it. See? Oh my gosh. Root system. Ah. I love it. Oh, like see, and all of a sudden now I want to whisper. Like underground railroad energy. But you are not just one of them that fades out into the background, like I said. You're a major component to activist groups, systems. You're the inventor, the reason why, the co-creator, the CEO. Hell yeah, and that's what makes you badass. Also, this looks like a 4. I know it's the Jupiter symbol, but 4, 4, 5, 0. 4, 4, 4 is foundational energy, firm foundation. Yes. Okay, so what I was just given with this 4, 4, with the firm foundation, you being a part of the root system, knowing the why, the intention, being there from the start of it all, or at least from the major points. So this is also about longevity, because I said that you were there from the start of it all. So this is in terms of people, places, things that you've been a part of since the start of it all, the beginning. The root system. You take your knowledge and what you know and let that expand you over time. And that is what gives you that ability to prepare ahead of time. I keep being brought to preparation. Like I'm being shown a building that braces for impact because they knew that it was coming. Because they took heed. And a water bottle in the room just popped in. I haven't touched a water bottle in a long time. Not a plastic one like that. And it just popped as I was talking about a building bracing for impact. But they're not worried because they were prepared, because you were a part of the foundation. Like, look at this back. I would support that to carry something for me. More than capable. This building in the background, more than capable. It ain't going nowhere. That mountain ain't going nowhere. Strength. Jupiter, an abundance of strength. You are the liver of your own life, so you have to determine if that's abundance of strength in spirit, in your mentality, your physical being. Where is that strength? That's for you to tap into. But that's what's currently making you badass, is your strength, your abundance of strength. Now, the part that we've all been waiting for. Let's reveal this card, darling, shall we? It says, do I have any regrets? Where do I want to put this? Do I have any regrets? You've come to accept your greatest of falls, but you've also come to accept your greatest of all. What makes you badass is the focus on evolution and the ability to stay grounded through the process of said evolution, through the transitions that seem so uncertain. Somehow on the path of uncertainty, you remain confident. You remain abundant. You remain stable. You remain joyous. You remain reliable, trustworthy. I'm hearing that song. And the point of it all is I love you. Is that Brian McKnight? The point of it all? I'm going to leave you with that note. Ta-ta. For now. If you're interested in booking a personal reading, first link in the description box, head on over to my website to make that happen. Secondly, the description box is for Patreon. There's content over there that you won't get on the main channel, as well as an opportunity to receive discounted monthly personal readings in the very top tier of all things Tay. Check that out if you're interested. Hey, baby. Also, I do like to recycle decks that I do not have the capacity for. So please check out my website. Again, that's the first link in the description box to head on over to the recycle tab so you can help me upcycle this shiz so somebody else can show it some love that I don't have enough time in the day. So please help me spread the wealth. And if you would like to donate to the channel, there is a P.O. box as well as a virtual tip jar in the description box down below. I thank you in advance. Ta-ta for now. Group number 2. You chose the selenite wand. So let's go ahead and dive into your reading and find out what is it that is currently making you badass. I'm going to push this to the side for now. I guess I'll push it over there like that. Let's see if I can get anything from the selenite wand. Okay. I'm being brought to structure, buildings, architecture, cutting edge, perpendicular, the symbol for perpendicular, but specifically the corners. Cornerstone? Intelligence is coming through here too, wisdom as well. What's currently making you badass is your wisdom, your knowledge, the things that you know, the things that you say, your logical mind. I keep being brought to a knife. Sharp, wit, intelligence. Some of you have been using that knife emoji like it's in your recents. I'm also seeing fire. Hellfire. Now, don't get scared. It's just the term that I was picking up on. Badass. I feel like group number 2, if I'm being quite honest, just based on those channeled images alone. I'm also seeing a swirl. Not quite a tornado. It is, but it's light. But what's currently making you badass is that you're the badass that put out so much energy out into the universe that I had to make this reading. Literally. There's always, I won't say always, there's quite often readings that I am inspired to do, and there's always a group that really stands out as the reason why the reading exists. That's group number 2. You had to hear this reading right here, right now, for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and find out why that is. Your logic gives you a insurmountable level of confidence. Your logical mind does. So when you're more focused on why you have to get something done, as opposed to your feelings about getting something done. You're very structured, logical. It's giving Capricorn energy, Saturn energy, 10th house energy. And you're more focused on why it has to get done, not because you feel a certain way. Yeah, devotion. What is currently making group number 2 selenite one bad ass? Your follow through, your commitment, your compassion, your love for something. There's something that you're dedicated to, and there's this height, this peak of consciousness that we reach if we're so lucky, where our love and our passion for something shows in the way that we create said passion, creation, whatever this is that we're devoted to. It shows up in our work. This is what's making you badass. Now, when I say that it's showing up in your work, this doesn't mean that it has to be something tangible. For some of you, what's making you so badass is that you've done so much inner work and comprehended and understood the inner work that you've been working through. So much so to where you can apply it to your life, time after time, effortlessly, and it's breeding great results for you. Even if these results are on a personal level. For some of you, these results are both on a personal level and on a physical level. But it's your heart and how you use it in particular avenues. You are the liver of your own life. So it is up to you to determine where this love, this passion, this devotion is showing up the most. But this is what's making you badass. The heart, the compassion, and the sincerity behind that. You probably show up despite how you feel. And that's badass. Again, that logical mind doesn't care about how you feel. It's about what we got to get done. And it's not that we don't care about how you feel, but in order to get it done, I can't care right now. We'll care about it later. Truth, aka the Judgment card. I want to take note of the depth in this reading, the color black. The color black, it's stark, it's solid, it's the presence of all colors, the presence of all things. Taking everything that you are and putting it into that. The logical mind is like, okay, you're sad. Well, let's go complete this task while you're sad and see what comes of that. Sad doesn't equate to incapable. You don't feel like it today? Well, not feeling like it today does not equate to not doing it today. That's just how you feel. What's making you badass is that you are showing that sometimes it is necessary to use the logical mind to get things done, despite how you may feel. You show up every day, and you do the best that you can every day. It may not be the same every day, but you're showing up. You're getting it done. And that's fantastic. Working through the rhythms, the patterns, the seasons, but getting it done anyway. All I've been talking about is that heart, that compassion, that drive, I'm also hearing something about elegance, eloquence. There's a rhythm, a pattern, or a flow that you move within so well. Now I'm going to butcher this word, I know it. You are irreplicable. You cannot be replicated. The essence in which you move and get this done cannot be copied. Even when it is, it's never done the same. What makes you badass is your personal signature when you are doing what you love. You have the root chakra showing up here. So take that as a sign to watch group number 1. Even if you didn't even think about group number 1, I'm going to tell you, you should definitely check it out. The way that you show up when you truly love something or someone, that's what makes you badass. Not because of how you're serving the thing or the person that you love, but because of how immaculate it leaves your hands, your essence, your energy. Pure, clean, well-intended, goal-oriented, driven. There's a reason. You move like you are curious about the why, or you know the why. You move like you've got places to go. Not that you're rushing there, but you've got energy, you've got vitality, and it shows up in everything that you do. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for, darling, shall we? You see that texture? Shout out to good camera lenses, right? Beautiful. Okay. The big reveal. What was a turning point in my life? What decision led up to it? What's currently making you badass? I feel like you are at that point. Ah, that makes sense. Remember I was talking about perpendicular lines at the beginning. You're at that point. You're at that axis. Think of an infinity symbol where the two loops meet in the center of the infinity symbol. Right there. You've just left one side of that and entered a new cycle. A new side, a new experience, a new depth. You've just hit a turning point or a transformational point. I feel like this group is currently living in that turning point, that transformational point. It may be difficult for you to see if you are too zoomed in on what's occurring and not focus on the bigger picture from a zoomed out perspective, but nonetheless, either way, what's important is that you are existing within it and you're showing up as I just expressed in this reading. So that lets me know that you're giving yourself good energy and great momentum to take off with from whatever this turning point, this change, this transition, this transformation is. Change and transformation comes because we are looking for, again, that why, that purpose, that moving, that intention. And you're going to find it. You're going to stick the landing. It's as if you're flying in midair after you just took off from doing a double, triple, quadruple backhand flip screen, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, just imagine a gymnast that just took that first lunge to do all the flips and the twists and the kicks. And all you can do is just trust the process and what you're doing in it. And it's like you're kind of panicking through it. But you don't see how badass you look to everybody else that's looking. They're like, damn, like, look at, did you just see them do that double ollie kick flip shit with your bitch up? Do you get what I'm saying? You are in the middle of the air, flying, doing your tricks, worried about not executing it well, while other people are observing you and in awe. What's that song? The applause, 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 the applause, applause. What is that, like Applause by Lady Gaga? I don't know. But that's what I'm getting, and I'm going to leave you on that note. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit the very first link in the description box down below if you're interested in booking a personal reading. I also upcycle decks. Please help me to find new homes for these decks. Please, please, please. Because someone needs to be showing them love so they're not just collecting dust. All right. If you're interested in additional content, that will be located on Patreon. Second link in the description box down below. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, there is a P.O. box as well as a virtual tip jar. I thank you in advance. And I will talk to you next time. Give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, share this video with a friend, and ta-ta for now. Hit subscribe. Numero tres, group number 3. Unfortunately, I have forgotten what type of turtle this is. If you know, please comment down below. Group number 3, the type of turtle crystal that this is. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can channel anything from this here to find out what makes you badass. Okay, straight solar plexus, inner child, all smiles, bright light, very welcoming vibes. Whether you know it or not, this is how you're coming across, or at least this is what's being reflected about you that is currently making you badass. Your joy is making you badass. We'll reveal this later in the reading. Your joy is what's making you badass. Let's go ahead and see if we can gather any more details or information about that. You've got more to do with your energy, or you're doing the right things with your energy. What's currently making you badass. You're doing the right things with your energy. You're spending your time, effort, and energy in the right places with the right people on the right things. You're shifting your mentality here. I feel like your circumstances themselves may be stagnant, or at least similar. I don't even want to say stagnant because I don't want there to be a negative connotation attached to that, because you could be at peace and there's nothing stagnant about peace. It's just being. It's just stillness. It is. So I want to retract that word and say that maybe your life just is. There's not much motion about it, whether that be intentional or not. But what I'm getting here from that is that in that stillness, you're doing the best with what you have. You're doing what you can with what you have. Let's say that, I don't know, let's say that you spend money frivolously, and you would spend this money frivolously without thinking it through, and then you would be upset about the things that you bought. But now you're on the flip side and realizing the issue is not you buying. The issue is you not buying things of substance, sustenance, or of value to you. Excuse me, or at least in the long term. Maybe they have value in the moment, but this is about long-term investments, the future of it. This is where your mind is shifting, or how it has shifted. And this is what's making you badass currently. Because I feel like the example that I just gave, say that you're spending money on things that don't bring you joy in any way, shape, or form. Like they're not useful to you. Even not even saying buying things for joy, but I'm saying if it doesn't bring you joy, that means that it's not of use to you. It's useless. You were spending time, effort, energy, money, resources on frivolous or useless things. But now you're spending the same exact time, effort, energy on things of use. And it's showing, it's reflecting in your energy, in the way that you walk, the way that you talk. You also may notice that it's shifted your manifestation or attraction abilities. You're being more intentional. And this is what's making you badass. You're doing yourself favors. Okay, so for some of you, this is like saying, like, you know, when you wear something and you're like, oh yeah, you're doing yourself a favor wearing that. Like that color, it accentuates the great things about you, or the fit, it accentuates your assets. You're doing yourself favors. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, literally. And it's lightening you up. It's bringing you joy. You're indulging in appreciation of self. Exactly. Solar plexus, that yellow energy all day. Bottom of the deck. Bada bing, bada boom. What's currently making you badass is the way and the fact in which you are pouring into yourself. Also, something here about you not giving up. Some form of resilience is what's making you badass as well. What flipped out? Yes. Exactly. That double-mindedness. As I was talking about, like your circumstances, the environment, things are pretty much the same, but it's your mind that has changed, that is shifting the frequency. And that's what's making you badass. Because you're seeing your situation from a different perspective. Thus allowing you to tap into that confident solar plexus energy. You are magnetic at this particular time because of this. Because of what you have sacrificed. Again, you're no longer spending time, effort, energy, money, resources on things that don't make you happy, or things that are not great investments. And you may or may not see how that's changing the smile on your face. Because others are noticing. And this is what's currently making you badass. You being proud of yourself. You enjoying yourself. You lightening the load for yourself. Dang, I just realized how bright the screen got. Exactly. The light that you're bringing into your own life. I'm picking up on that song, Make Me Cry by Pippet? I don't remember. It's I just discovered it. Not just, but like I just discovered it on like some random platform. Like I've never heard of this person before. But really great song. The part that I'm picking up on, what is it? 'Cause I should be happy on my own. Yeah. 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 That's you. You're stepping into a happiness on your own. What makes me feel boundless freedom? I just feel like I want to put that song on this, but I can't because they'll demonetize me. Like, dang, they'll flag me. They might even take the whole video down, or they might ban it in certain countries. That's how dramatic YouTube is. 'Cause I should be happy on my own. You guys have to check out that song. This looks like it says recreation, like just at a quick glance. So the way that you've recreated your mental space and the way that it's recreated, rebuilt the world around you. That's what's currently making you badass. 'Cause I should be happy on my own.